Today, from Seattle, Washington, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington football team.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Off the play fake. Barker. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
A big play there on the catch and run. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. And now here's a carry heading left. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Looking to throw. Barker. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Washington going to send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Block off a play action. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So that one will be accepted. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They fake the handoff, now Locke. Catch is made by Metcalf. Hook up a 15 yards there. And that'll bring up second down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Play action. Now it's Locke. On the move to his left. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. We're scoreless after 1. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now to the air. Locke going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go along, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Barker, he finds his man, complete. That's done. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw. Barker. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. A gain of 4 last play. They doubled that here and get 8.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A huge play there for Washington.
Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Looking to throw. Barker. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the gun on third down, Locke rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Seattle.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill, and now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive. Parker, he finds his man, complete. That's Rose. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They've got the lead, and certainly a big reason why some of these catches we take a look at right now.
And I've seen it so many times that when units start to play really well, they feed off of each other and play even better. And they're making every catch possible. Contested, non-contested, easy, difficult, big-time plays. And right now, that's why their team's in the lead.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. A final shot before half for Locke. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. The Rams trying to hold on and claim victory. We'll stay out west and make the short hop down to Vegas to see what's going on with the Raiders at home at Allegiant Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Patriots looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On play action, Locke. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Rolling to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Locke. They'll roll him out right. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Parker. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That's pulled in at the 32. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So a definite surprise there. They try to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Looking to throw on second down. Barker, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Chase Young in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Throwing on second and long. Lock. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this is going to double their room to maneuver. Able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Lock going to throw. Out to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for Seattle. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. From the 45 on second down. Lock flashed the stick skills but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, Charles, before the game, we were talking with him and said, hey, you know you're close to 65,000 career passing yards.
I know. How did you do that?
He just kind of smiled and walked away, but he just passed that number, 65,000 career passing yards.
I always get a kick out of it when they don't want to talk about it. But if you had said a number that was incorrect,
he would
have corrected you and then said, but I'm not really thinking about it.
Congratulations, Noah. Now just 5,000 away from 70K. Unbelievable. Tackle made by Chase Young. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's Locke.
High throw, but he makes the catch.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it all comes down to the left foot of their kicker. And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Seahawks, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.